Hey guys, today I am going to show you my favorite date night makeup look. I'll start off with this Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. I'm going to dab a little bit onto my fingertips and just using my hands rub that all over my face. This is great for smoothing out your pores and priming your skin for your foundation or BB or CC cream. In this case, I'll be using a BB cream. Next, I'll be putting this Smashbox Under Eye Primer on. And I find that that really helps with concealing if you've got any dark circles under your eyes. And following that, I'll be using another Smashbox primer, which is the Smashbox 24-Hour Eyelid Primer. This stuff is absolutely amazing. I tested it out when I first bought my first bottle of it a couple years back, and I went to hot yoga in it, slept with my makeup on one day. I know that's bad, but I wanted to be sure that it was actually worthwhile to buy, and it is absolutely incredible. My makeup stays on. It might not be absolutely perfect after an entire day, but it really does stay on my face. Next up, I'm using the Smashbox Camera Ready BB Cream, and I really like that this has SPF 35 in it. I am going to use this silicone makeup applicator. I just bought this online, and I really like that it doesn't leave any makeup behind. I'm not wasting any product because I would really rather not have to buy a product all the time. I tend to just wear makeup a few days a week, so I love that I can make it last with this. And I'll just mention that I am wearing the shade Light with the Smashbox Camera Ready BB Cream. So I do find that although this makeup applicator is really good, it doesn't completely smooth everything into my skin. So I use my damp beauty blender and just dab that in to make sure that it's a smooth finished look. Next up, I start in on my brows, but excuse me for a second while I go get my brow pencil. Sorry, I forgot that. I use this Marcel eyebrow liner, and I'm using the shade Fair Ash Blonde. I do have quite light eyebrow hair, or just quite light hair rather, so I find that this helps to fill it in without looking too red. I've tried a few other products and they end up looking a little too red for my skin and hair tone, so I'm using Fair Ash Blonde in this. Once I've filled in my brows with that pencil, I like to go over them with the Benefit Gimme Brow. This is a really great gel brush, and I'm using number 1. It's a really good way to fill in your brows. Excuse me, I had to go get my mirror. It's a great way to fill in your brows and still have them look like eyebrow hair, not like somebody's drawn them on with a pencil. Like, I find this looks very natural, and I like that it stays in place and it doesn't smudge throughout the day. For eyeshadow, I'm using this MAC All That Glitters shadow. I've had this for a number of years, or, well, I keep buying it over and over again just because I love it so much. It's a really beautiful rose gold tone, and it has a nice shimmer to it. I find that I can wear this during the day. If I'm just doing a subtle eye, I'll do really light eyeliner with this, or I can dress it up at night, which is what I'm going to show you here with a little more oomph to it. But I just love this particular shade, especially if you've got sort of blue-green eyes like I do. It really makes them pop. Once I've filled in my eyelid from lash line to brow bone with the All That Glitters eyeshadow, going in with the Pure Cosmetics Nude Collection palette, and I'll be using the shade Hazelnut to contour my eyelid. I don't know if contour is the right word, but I'm just going to go with that. So I'm taking this and lining it in the crease of my eyelid where my eyebrow bone meets. And then I don't do a good job of showing you here, but I do go back in and blend it so that it's nice and smooth and creates more of like a subtle smoky eye look. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to go in and use the color Butterscotch. It's the lightest color on this palette, and I'm using this for highlight. So that's going to go in my tear duct, I guess, and then just under my eyebrow. So that will help to highlight and sort of open your eye up a little bit more. For eyeliner, I'm using the Nano Liner. It's the Ultra Fine Precision Liquid Liner. I like that it's got a really fine tip on it. And I'll go in and just do really small brush strokes here. I find it especially difficult while I'm doing it in the video here because normally I'm sitting at that table that you see behind me with both elbows on there propped up, holding my eyelid, really making sure that I'm getting a perfect line. But when you're just holding up a little mirror, I find it's really helpful if you just do really small brush strokes and then go back in and use your pen at an angle, just a slight angle, and just ever so slightly dab and build the cat eye or the winged liner. I find if you just kind of go for it right away, then often you'll end up with either too exaggerated of a winged liner or it'll end up being crooked. So really small brush strokes are helpful. Next, I use the Roller Lash by Benefit. I do have lash extensions on my upper eyelashes, so I'm just using this on my lower lash line. I do find this is a really good mascara. If you are using it on both your upper and lower lash line, you will get some really great volume from it, but I find that having lash extensions just makes my life easier right now, so I'll just be using this on my lower lashes today. Once I'm done with my eye makeup, I go in and use this Smashbox Studio Skin 24-Hour Waterproof Concealer under my eyes. I used to do the reverse, so I would put the concealer on, do my under eye makeup, and then do my eyeshadow and liner, but I would get this residual eyeshadow that would fall down and then end up having to wipe it off after. So it's much easier if you do your eye makeup and then do your concealer after that. So I'm putting it in triangle shapes, and that I find is just the easiest way to do it for me, and it covers those dark circles. Thankfully I didn't have too many today because it's a long weekend I got to sleep in. Next I go in with it's a little beauty blender that I got. It's from Sephora, their confetti set of 5 mini sponges. And I use the pink to dab that in. And then I use the red one. I don't think they have specific names, but this red one just to go and finish the under eye concealer and spread that back so that it sort of has a really clean line. Any eyeshadow that might have gone beyond that eyeliner, I'll clean up. Next up is this Forever Nude Sculpt and Glow Contour Palette. I bought this back in the summer and I absolutely love it. My best friend convinced me to buy it, and I am so happy she did. I used the center dark contour, it's the medium one, and go in under my cheekbones just to sculpt that. I'm using this Quo contour brush. So I go under my cheekbones and then just along the edges of my forehead. Sometimes I'll go and do my chin, but I find that it looks a little bit harsh for me. After that, I'll go in and use the yellow. I'm not sure exactly what this is, but it makes my under eyes look nice and bright, and I find it really helps to set my makeup under there, so I love using this product. I will never go back. I also use this between my brows. It helps to sort of tone down if you get that shiny spot in between your brows on your forehead. I find it's really helpful to tone that down. Next up is my favorite product. This is the Smashbox Fusion Soft Lights in Baked Starburst. I love this product. I love it. It looks so beautiful. I've used it on myself, I've used it on my girlfriends. It gives you a nice, healthy glow. It's not a heavy bronzer. It just looks so beautiful. If you're going to buy anything that I've shown you today, get this and slash or the eyelid primer if you're somebody who wears eyeshadow. These are my two absolute must-haves. Finally, I am going to use the highlight in the Forever Nude Sculpt and Glow palette, and I'm going back with this contour brush. I don't really know if it's kosher that I'm using the same brush that I use for my contour for my highlight, but I'm not really into brushes. This is what I got, so this is what I'm going to work with. I think there's certain things I like to invest in, and brushes are just something that goes way over my head. So this is what I got. Lipstick. Of course we need lipstick. Okay, this is the NYX Butter Lipstick in Ripe Berry. It's so beautiful. I love this shade, and it feels like a lip gloss, but it doesn't wipe off so easily. It's beautiful. I'm just using the tip of it to line my lips. That's another thing I'm not very good at, is lip liner. I see all these beauty bloggers with their lip liner. I don't understand that life. I'm just not about it. It's probably for the best for them to use it, for me to use it. Probably should use it. I just don't. Maybe one day I will, and then I'll talk to you about it. But for now, this is what I'm doing. Finally, I'm going to set my makeup with this Smashbox Photo Finish Priming Water. You can use it for a primer, but I like to use it to set my makeup as long as I can find where the sprayer is. I find that this really helps set everything in place and keep it nice and fresh looking all day, and you can always use it as a refresher. That's it for my video. I hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks!